And welcome back, guys, to part 4 of Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. In the last part, we visited the nurse and eventually went back to class the next day. And we are going to be spending our lunch break with Misha and Shizune. So, without further ado, I guess we should get on to this good old audiobook that you guys seem to like to call it now. Alright, story time with Winslet, let's do this! But anyway, the rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she had gone, the teacher informed us that it was time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hei-chan. Oh, God. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing, and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously. With a competitive glare, she stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hei-chan? Very sure. Ah, you're wrong, Hei-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities. The prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm giving Misha like a SpongeBob SquarePants laugh, but that's all I see whenever I hear that. With her mouth, the like pretty much. Yeah, I can do that. I used to love Legendary Frog when I was a lot younger, back when I went to Newgrounds all the time. Watch as I aim my high-powered sniper rifle, shoot and miss. Yeah, oh, those were good times. Oh, good times. But nevertheless, that's a different game. Completely different game we'll get onto later on in my LPing career. Shizune pushes her glasses back up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Oh, there's that ugly picture again. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Ah, that's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finished eating, Misha picked up where we left off earlier. So, Hei-chan. Excuse me. That was many happy returns there. You wanted to know about the clubs and stuff, right? Right. Right, Hei-chan. God, that Hei-chan stuff is gonna get really, really hard. Okay, I guess it makes sense at first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture, as she is about to deliver a speech. Hei-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hei-chan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Hei-chan. It's a very popular club. Ah, okay. But more to the point, Hichan. Does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good! Great! That's great, Hichan! Really great! Ha! Ha! My god, I think I just figured out a new laugh. Thank you, Misha. I guess you can give me that. Why is that so great? No reason. Well, Hichan, other than the clothes and the upcoming festival, there's one other thing. Student Council! I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a matter of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice, whatever she says. Right. Hichan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day! Oh, great! Whoopee! Yay! Sichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Sichan is the president. Oh, alright then. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be most unbiased people to talk to about this. Blah. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council. Therefore, have incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that? No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hichan, of course. It would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hichan? Okay. Alright, so, like, I'm still getting used to the fact, because there's no visual cue on who's talking and if she's translating, that last line, I believe, was from Shizune, and this is actually Misha responding to the line she just said out loud for me. Yeah, that's still gonna get a hard time to get used to. But it makes sense. Like, I don't doubt that actually is a very viable way of piecing it together. It's just, they should, I don't know, to me personally, if the dialogue was like that, they could change Misha's, like, color to blue for that specific thing. I would confuse her dialogue maybe a little bit, but it would be more of a visual cue because the characters aren't actually moving. But anyway, I can tell if she was being oh, whoops, sorry, wrong voice. I can tell if she's being genuine or if it's just a really good act. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they're already pretty cute to begin with. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. Whoa! I did not agree! What? No! Yeah, thank you, Asao. Aw, see, Hichan? Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Huh. Yep, that's right, though. It would be boring if you went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. Wow. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Tsurude seems very intrigued by this when Misha assigns to her. The aggressive glint returned to her eyes. Oh, goodness. I kind of like Shizune, though. Like, I mean, it's interesting to see someone show so much confidence without ever actually speaking. You know, like, the way that Hisao describes her, I find it actually kind of interesting. I mean, unfortunately, she has probably the most annoying tag-along. But, in essence, you could say that Misha is over-exaggerant because her friend can't emote. If that makes any sense. Like, she can emote with her physical body, but she can't emote with her voice and language. So, Misha is loud because she needs to be loud for Shizune, maybe. I don't know. I could be overreading that, but that's how it seems like it's written.
That's interesting, Hit-chan. Let's play a game.
That's not what I said.
How about Rich Man, Poor Man, Hit-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council.
No, absolutely not.
Aw, why not?
Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up, and I'll have the clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. Ooh, I think you just outsmarted it.
Hit-chan, I'm very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us? And that we would pull something so us? That makes me sad.
Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. Okay, thank you. Even Hisao is having difficulty throwing that out there. Thank you.
In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student
Council. My goodness. They really, really want me to join the student council. No! No!
How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man?
Paper football?
Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try and shoot it past the goalposts that the other players make with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hit-chan.
Really? Really? Finger football, or paper football, sorry.
And also played by elementary and middle school children, right, Hit-chan? Wah! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men.
More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm going to play that. I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means that you're probably surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hit-chan?
Shizune frowns as Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been in one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, no, like, I actually like them too. Like, I mean, like I keep saying, Misha could probably use a little bit more of a, you know, a calming tone. She could probably use a little bit of Ritalin, but that's just one of those things where, like I said, she may also have a problem herself. She is not very smart. She could be a very slow person. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just that's her sort of gimmick in this sort of disability type school. That she is smart enough that she's been able to cling on to someone like Shizune, but at the same time, she kind of needs the support of another person, of actually someone a lot more intelligent, and I think that they make a really good synergy, and together, I think they're actually really cool people. And I'm sure that, like Hisao is pointing out, you know, he doesn't mind them at all, and I share very much the same feelings he does.
Okay, Hit-chan, how about Risk, the game of world domination?
I don't know what that is.
It's really fun, Hit-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything.
Sounds like Shizune would be good at that. Oh, I think we've already pegged what type of character Shizune is.
If you want to play, you can after school. Really, Hit-chan? You can play just for fun, Hit-chan. Hit-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there's no strings attached.
Well, okay.
Okay. Perfect. We can see you after school in the student council room then, Hit-chan.
Wait, why there?
Because that's where we keep the game.
Oh my goodness. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but the more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we get back to class. Oh, there goes Hanako. Yes, I know what her name is. You know, like, you go on the website, and it actually tells you all the girls' names before you meet them, so... some people have been asking if I'm doing this blind or not. I am, actually. I only knew a little bit about the beginning, but after this point, I'm completely blinding this run. So if you guys can refrain from spoilers, that would be great. And even if I make the wrong decision, don't tell me I made the wrong decision, because if I get a bad ending, I get a bad ending. That's just how I interpret it, all the scenes and everything. So, nevertheless, we shall continue on after... you know, taking a small break in between to deliberate information that is vital to your viewing pleasure. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to get too nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past, that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to his cell.
Ah, what's wrong, Hit-chan? That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember?
It's actually really funny that they use the game Risk, because he's taking a risk by letting these two parade him somewhere. It's actually very clever. I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Oh, jeez. His mind is wandering already. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be so plausible. That's awesome. Getting to the student council room was as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being... Oh, that's my phone. What is that? I really need to stop that phone. I need to, like, move it out of my room. Because it just seems that every time I feel like recording, it just wants to ring. And it's, you know, a stupid telemarketer that just wants to talk to me. And I don't want to talk to them. But they insist on calling. And then, of course, my phone has to go into, you know... the whole, whatchamacallit, auto-tune, not auto-tune, oh my god, answering machine, haha! My brain exploded with knowledge, and, yeah, you can stop now. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
What? That's it?
Wait, oh, whoops, sorry, wrong voice. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly.
That's not true, Hit-chan. Hit-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability of pulling off superhuman bursts of speed.
This actually frightens me more. What have they done to scare people? This is actually intriguing, actually. Like, this, to me, is interesting because, you know, it seems like they are, like, crazy and control freaks, but it seems that they just want people to join. And they have to be clever about it, and a lot of stupider people probably are a little taken off. And I guess Misha is probably not the best voice to bring people into the student council, but you know what I mean. I mean, I rag on Misha a lot, but I like her. I'll put that out there. I'll just throw it out there. She's fine. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanged, Misha signs something amusingly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigned deafness and hums cheerfully. Stop that. I know you hear me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's a very plain room, sparsely decorated room, although it's quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk, prominent and placed in the back, that I assume is Shizune's. There's a few regular desks, and the chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else. In fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Uh-oh. Let me guess, they're the only people on the student council. Yeah. Are we early?
No.
What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today?
Yeah, that's right.
Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together. It actually kind of sounded like a finger snap. I don't know. Whatever. That's a finger snap. That's a clap. That's a finger snap. Like, there you go, guys. You make judgment call. Shizune claps her hands together very energetically.
Jan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain them while we set up everything.
While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, it looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking running through the basics with somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Oh my goodness. It is on! Shizune, get real! Shizune aggressively is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention.
Hey Chan, Chan wants to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council.
No! Not Australia! Give me Australia! I don't want to lose it! Well, you can keep Amsterdam, which is not a country. That is a city in Sweden. Well, you can take Sweden! But don't take my Australia. Alright. You know what? Before we go any deeper into this game, I think I will end the part here. So next time on Let's Play Katawa Shoujo, we will see the outcome of how this game plays out. I guess I'm risking it all, but sorry, I'm not Classic Gamer Dave. I should never do that again. All right, take care, guys. Stay frosty and stay healthy.